So tell me about your experience here. When were you here? For how long? And if you don't mind, what happened that brought you here?
Well, in July of 2012, I got, our car broke down, me and my ex-boyfriend, and we were doing drugs. We came up here to buy drugs. Not from here, but from Portland. And he left me here, and I had nowhere to go. And I did not realize how dangerous it was because I'm from a small town where you're just super naive about everything. Dangerous stuff doesn't happen there. And so I thought it wouldn't happen here. And I've gone through a lot of things being on the streets. And it wasn't until I found this place that I was at least safe. And I didn't really work on getting a job because I was a drug addict, but at least I had somewhere safe I could call home, and I was protected.
And you said you've gone through some things on the street before here. What was the difference between the places you found to sleep or rest compared to here?
Well, I slept in doorways mostly. I've been raped, I've been kidnapped, I've been sold. A lot of different things happen, but here there's at least 2 to 3 people working at all times, and that's basically make sure everyone's safe. Because once I lived here, I did the same thing, but because I'm a girl, they didn't suggest me going out at night. But we make perimeter checks every 15 minutes, check on everyone, make sure they're sleeping okay, no one's passed in their sleep. There were times that I didn't make it here on time, and they cleared a spot in the kitchen area for me to sleep just so I could be inside of a gate.
And you mentioned before here all these terrible things that happened to you. How did you shift from that to here? Because you were talking about that you were sold. What do you mean by that?
A guy that was a dealer, he sold me to men to pay for my habit.
Okay. And how did you go from that really, bottom of the barrel experience to finding this place?
Someone on the street actually told me about it. It was just like a regular person. I didn't want to tell her why or what had happened, but I told her I lost my place to live and I was in danger basically. And she told me about this place on 4th and Burnside, right to Dream 2, and I lost it a couple times. I couldn't figure it out, but it became like my home. I actually lived in here for about a year, and I was like a guest here for probably about a year off and on too.
And let me ask you, when you were inside here, because you said you weren't looking for a job, what was like a typical day? Could you share what the community is like? Did people help you in terms of your drug habit? How did you cohabitate?
Well, I didn't really tell people about my drug addiction. I would leave early in the morning, go get well, and then come back and work and act like everything was fine. Just I was down on my luck, but most people are actually down there. I didn't really try to find housing because I didn't feel like I was worth that because I did this to myself. But they were always there to lift you back up and help you get back on your feet.
And you said you would sleep here and then in the morning go to work, you said? Or how was the day?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I'd go figure out how to get drugs.
Okay. So for a good portion of it, you were still struggling, but at least this gate the whole time.
Until I went to treatment, yeah.
Okay. And when you were here, I know you weren't here all day because you were out doing other things, but when you were here, is there, in terms of the people that are here, did you find them helpful? Obviously, you talk to people when you're here, you make friendships. What's the community like?
Yeah, well, I'm still friends with a few of the people now. I don't really know a whole lot of people that live here currently because I don't live here anymore, but there's a few people that I came to town to visit. I came here to see Ibrahim and then a few other people that were here with me.
And share your experience when you were here. Did these people become kind of like your lifeline in many ways to help you?
Right. Well, I really don't think I would have survived without this place and the people here too, because even if we weren't here, if I was just walking down the street and they saw me and something was going on, they would stop it. They would, they would protect me all the time. It was like we were a bunch of brothers and sisters, really. I really don't think I would have survived without the people in here.
And you've talked in the past tense that you were an addict. So are you doing better now? What's your pathway now?
I have 2 years clean. On Sunday, I had 2 years.
Congrats. And have you found somewhere to stay, a job? What's kind of been your evolution?
I work in a treatment center now in Long Beach, Washington. I live in Astoria, Oregon. That's where my family's from.
Mm-hmm. But it's interesting since you came from such a desperate situation to kind of in the middle to now doing a little better. What do you think when you hear that America is recovering and economically and we're doing better than we were years ago? when Portland, I mean, houselessness is expanding, is growing?
I mean, I don't know if they'll ever end homelessness, but I wish, I guess, more like the political people would see what it's really like, because it could be anybody. Like, I mean, like I said, yeah, I did drugs. It went with the territory to be homeless, but a lot of people that were in here didn't, and people were like homeless vets. I think that's the worst. They fought for our country, and now they're on the streets. And I mean, people are mean. Just, this is a big party area, and people would get drunk and they'd come pee on people that were sleeping out here. And
you think there's a lot of misunderstanding of what the people are like who stay somewhere like here?
Right. I mean, I used to be one of those people that judged everyone. I saw a homeless person, I was like, get a job. But it's not that easy. And I mean, I learned a lot from being here. I went to city council meetings and stuff also, and learned a little bit about homeless rights also. And I don't work with it as much as I should, because it's really not a big thing in Astoria. But I have gone a couple times to help with things down there.
And last question is, do you see that this place, Ibrahim was talking about how it's helped so many people. Talk about the people that have been helped outside of yourself. Are kind of stopgaps like this for people struggling? Does more of this need to kind of spring across the country? Because you see in other states, they're trying to just move the homeless people off the corner.
Right. I mean, I understand where they're coming from. I understand this isn't exactly the prettiest thing to look at, but I do remember when I was here, crime rate had gone way down. And so really, by keeping, say, 80-ish homeless people in one confined area, they were keeping them out of their doorways. So I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, like, it's actually helping them too.
Congratulations on doing better, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you.